Welcome, it's Nikki of Nikki's Homemade Crafts, and today we're going to do part 1 of the Multi-Stitch Mystery Crochet Along. We're going to be using worsted yarn. I'm going to use these two yarns. Both of them are wheat crochet yarns. One of them is Brava Tweed yarn. The other one is called Heatherly. Keep in mind that Heatherly is a hank, so you would have to turn it into a yarn ball. So hopefully you have a yarn winder to do so. Also keep in mind that Heatherly has some wool in it. It is 20% wool and 80% acrylic. This one is 90% acrylic and 3% the tweed that you see all the way around. Anyways, we're going to use both of these yarns about equally. So just that you know, you can totally use just one color if you prefer. In that case, you're going to need about 1.5 skeins. We're going to use about 3/4 of each, so obviously that brings to 1.5 in total. These are both the same yardage of 218 yard each per 100 grams. We're also going to use a 4mm crochet hook. For today's stitch, for part 1, you're going to need both colors, one at the time. You're going to make 2 pieces, one in one color and one the other color. As I said, if you're using one color for the entire thing, which is totally fine, then you're just going to make 2 of the same color. But in my case, I'm going to use one of each. The written tutorial for part 1 is down below. There is a link right there. Tap the link, which sends you right over to our website. It will have the written instructions with ads. If you prefer the ad-free version, come join the Crochet Club. This is our membership. You can join as a monthly, quarterly, or annual member, even as a trial member for this Mystery Crochet Along. If you want to check it out for 7 days, you will only get access to this pattern ad-free and the group, but not the entire vault of over 500 ad-free patterns. You would have to join as a monthly, quarterly, or annual member to do so, to get access to that. Plus, we also meet on a weekly basis for live tutorials, teaching you exactly what you want to be taught. And we also have Zoom chats twice a month, and we have so much fun. There's additional exclusive crochet alongs part of the membership, and so much more. Now let's get into this stitch, which is part 1, and you're going to learn how to crochet not only the puff stitch, but also learn how to crochet it in rounds. So let's get to it. There's a few different ways on how to crochet a puff stitch. I'm going to focus on one specific way, and that would be having 7 loops on your hook each time you make a puff. I'll show you how to do that just a second. I just want to make sure that that is clear because there are a few different versions of a puff stitch out there. We're going to start with a magic ring. You are totally welcome to do the alternative magic ring. In that case, you're going to place a chain of 3 and put everything into the very first chain that you made. That will be the equivalent of the magic ring. You just have to make sure your little hole is closed at the end, so you probably just have to weave through it. So for the magic ring, if you're using this to crochet it, I'm making an X. I'm going to pull my yarn through. I adjust my yarn and put my ring finger into the ring, and I'm going to make a chain of 2. It doesn't count as a stitch. I'm just going to use it to get the height of the puff. So one puff is made this way. You're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch or the magic ring, yarn over, pull through, so you're pulling up a loop. You're going to do this again. So yarn over, insert into the ring, pull up a loop. At this point, you should have 5 loops on your hook. You're going to do this one more time. So yarn over, insert into the ring, pull up a loop, and now you have 7 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all, and then make a chain of 1 to hold everything nicely together. Now keep in mind there are different ways on how high you're going to pull your puff, so make sure they're all even. You don't want them tiny. Ideally, roughly the height of a double crochet stitch. That's kind of what we're aiming for. So let's do this again. So you're going to start with a yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop. So there should be all about even, roughly like so. You have 7 on your hook, yarn over, pull through all, and make a chain. Now I need you to make a few more of these puffs so that way you have 7 in your ring. So that means I made 2, we're going to make 5 more, and then we're going to close up the ring. So I will be doing that off camera, and then I'll show you how it looks like. Once you're done, you're going to pull to close up your ring, and you're now going to make a slip stitch right on top of your very first puff, and there you go, you finished your very first round. We're now going into the next round, and we're going to crochet increases. So the ideal situation is you're going to slip stitch under the first area right here, which is the chain space between the puffs. So just simply make a slip stitch into it so that until you reach that space. And now you're going to make a chain of 1 or 2. It really depends on you. I prefer a chain of 1 because it's a little cleaner, but feel free to do it as 2 as well. Now you're going to do your puffs again. So you're going to do in each chain space, you're going to crochet 2 puffs each. So I'm going to show you. So this will be the first one. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, and one more time, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop. Remember, you need to pull them up so that they're about the height of a double crochet stitch. Okay, so this is kind of the distance. If you want to kind of compare it with my finger, okay, it's kind of a little bit taller in width than my finger is. Okay, so then yarn over, pull through all, chain of 1. Then you're going to go into the space and crochet another puff. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop until you have 7 loops on your hook every single time. Yarn over, pull through all, and chain of 1. So now you have 2 in one space. You're going to repeat this all the way around until the end. So that way you're going to have 14 puffs in that round. Don't forget to slip stitch at the end. At this point, it's going to look like this. Again, you're going to make slip stitches until you get to your very first chain space. So it could be 1 slip stitch, 2 slip stitches, depending on where you inserted your hook to make your very first slip stitch. The point is you need to get to a chain space. So in the very first one for this next round, you're going to make a chain of 1 or 2, depends on you. I like to do 1. And now you're going to make again 1 puff into this area. So here would be 1. So you do pull up your loops until you have 7 loops, yarn over, pull through all, and make a chain of 1. In the next one, you're going to crochet 2 puff stitches. So just like you've done before, you pull up your loops until you have 7 on your hook, pull through all, and make a chain of 1, and do this again so that you have 2 right here. Now you're going to repeat this. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and so forth all the way around. So that means you're increasing by 7. So that means you're going from first one was 7, next one was 14, now we're going to 21. So you will have 21 puffs by the end of this round, and then you make a slip stitch. You're going to continue increasing now until it looks like this. So let me explain. You already did this part. This is round 1, round 2, and round 3. In round 4, you're going to have 1 puff, then 1 puff, and then 2 puffs, and then you're going to repeat that. Then 1, 1, 2, and so forth. And in the very last round, you're going to do it with 3. So that means you're going to do puff, 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 and then 2 puffs. Puff, 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 2 puffs, and so forth. Now there's one difference at the very last repeat. You're going to do something different. So let me show you. From my right thumb to my left thumb, this is the very last repeat. You're going to add 1 extra puff in there, okay? So let me show you. I'm going to kind of hold it like this so you can see it. The very last repeat, and no worries, it's going to be written down. You're going to do a puff here, then 2 puffs, 1 puff, and 2 puffs. The reason for that is because we need a specific number because we're turning the circle now into a square. So we needed that 1 extra puff in there in order to make it divisible by 4. Okay, so by the end of this round, the very last round, you should have 36 puffs because if you had 5 as a repeat, right, it would be 5 times 7 is 35, but we added this extra puff in there, so it brings it to 36. Okay, so with 36, that is divisible by 4, so therefore we can make 4 corners all the way around, and that's what we're going to do now. So let's do that together. So we're going to first get into one of the chain spaces. So we're going to just place our stitches into the chain spaces. So again, make your slip stitch until you get to that chain space. Okay, and there we're going to crochet 2 single crochet stitches. So that's 2 single crochet stitches. Now go into the next chain space. You're going to crochet 2 half double crochet stitches. In the next 2, so this one and this one, you're going to crochet 2 double crochet stitches in each. And now we're going to crochet a corner. So for the corner, you're going to crochet 2 treble crochet stitches, a chain of 1 or 2 depending on your tension. I'm going to make 1, and 2 more triple crochet stitches in the same space. So it's going to look like this. So you have that corner right here. It's going to be more distinct when you block it. We're now going to go backwards on our repeat here in this direction. So that means the next 2 chain spaces right there are going to be 2 double crochet stitches each. So here's one of those sets, and then here's another. In the following chain space, you're going to crochet 2 half double crochet stitches, and the next one would be 2 single crochet stitches. So we now have 1 corner and half of the edges done. You're going to repeat this now. So that means the next one would be 2 singles, 2 half doubles, then 2 doubles, and the corner, which is 2 treble crochet stitches, chain of 1 and 2 treble crochet stitches, and then repeat this all the way onto the end, and you're going to finish with a slip stitch. So I'll show you how it looks like at the end. And when you're done, it's going to look like this. Now, I do want to point out, if you don't like some of the gaps here in the corner, you can totally replace that chain of 1 with another treble crochet stitch. That's totally fine, but it usually makes the corners a little bit more rounded. But again, it's totally up to you. So once you've done that, you're going to make another one in the other colors. So I have here pink and the red tone with the tweed inside. So obviously you can tell why I'm teaching you with pink, because red can be hard to see on camera, but it's gonna look so good. I'm really excited for it. Once you're done with this, you can weave in your ends. That's totally fine. I haven't done on mine yet, but you can do so. And then you're going to take a picture of your 2 squares, and you're going to use this hashtag down here and then post it into the Facebook group called Crocheting with Nikki. You can see here on the screen how to do that. So in case you've never done that before, you're simply going to go to the group. You're going to type up some text, something maybe nice about the squares, and maybe if you had some trouble with them, that's totally fine. If you did your puff stitches different, let us know. And don't forget to use the hashtag so that way I can find and celebrate you. You are now done with part 1. So I'm super duper excited for part 2. I hope you are too. And then I'm going to see you in a couple of days for part 2. You will have, of course, again, a video tutorial and the written instructions. So make sure that you all signed up for this mystery crochet along, so that way you have absolutely no problem finding all the links for the pattern as well as the video tutorial. I hope to see you back here for part 2. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on the bell to get a notification next time we publish a video or go live. I hope to see you in part 2. Until then, bye!